Welcome in everybody to Mystic Rick's Crypto Picks. I am your host, Mystic Rick. Hope everybody is doing well today. And it's been a weird couple days for me. Um, you know, between losing family and losing somebody that I used to have a chance to train with. So plus everything else going on. So bear with me. Um, so let's get started and talk about this crazy pump that's going on here. We'll actually go out to the hourly. Now, if you have been paying attention to this channel for a while, you know that I have been teaching trend lines. Okay, I've been teaching trend lines. Now, one of the things you guys did see me draw on here is, hey, this would be the upward trend line. Watch for the bounces on it and see if it continued. And that was back from that nasty dump all the way down to 29 to 60. And I told you guys that it was going to look to ride this trend and not to enter a short unless you saw otherwise. And I don't mean if you scalp on the 1 minute or 3 minute or 5 minute time frame, obviously that's different. But in terms of macro level, I warned you guys that how the Keltner works on the front side of a bull run is that it'll bounce off the bottom as support and bust through the top. And on the back side of a bull run, it will bust through the bottom, and then the top is resistance. As we were coming up on the Keltner, which would have been right around here for the top of the Keltner, I said pay attention. I said if it busts through, we're going to break to the upside. If it finds resistance at the top of it, then the next target would be um, around this area. I also told you to watch the macro trend, that if price broke above the macro trend, we would probably go to the upside, just like this outlier right here, okay? It busted through and didn't immediately turn back below, right? It took an arc, bounced once, okay, but on the second attempt, broke back down. And this was the desired trend pattern. Obviously right here, you can see where we clearly broke through. We did not get a retest yet. It just kept climbing. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin has dropped about $3,000 or yeah, roughly $3,000 because we had a bearish divergence in the chart on the hourly. And what that means is if you look here, we were setting higher highs. I'll make that white on the price, but we set um, lower highs on resistance, or excuse me, on the RSI. So that is bearish divergence, and that's why price is coming down right now. Will it come down to the CME gap that is right around, we have a CME gap right around here, okay, in that 32,000 region, okay. Um, Another one exists down here around 28, and then the next big one is down at around about 18,900, I believe. So I know I've had a couple people in the chat say, oh, well, I missed my opportunity because of you. Well, for one, I always tell you guys on this channel that this is not financial advice, and that if I am wrong on something, I will gladly tell you that I am wrong. But I pretty sure that down here, when I was asked about putting in a short, I said just sit tight, sit on your hands, because everything on the charts, okay, nothing on the charts were leading to this action, okay? And if you scroll out, okay, nothing here was insinuating all of this, okay? Just like nothing here was insinuating a massive pump to the upside. This is why this was an outlier, returned back to the original trend. Will this be the same? We honestly don't know. It's too early to tell. Most of this action happened while people were sleeping. Okay, and I want you to understand how significant this is when I tell you that just the technicals did not show it. Okay, this pump right here, it ended up going up $2,000 in less than 60 seconds. Do you understand how significant that is? Okay, $2,000 in less than 60 seconds. There's no technical analysis that's going to help you catch a trade like that. Okay, none, right? On the the way down, okay, the momentum started dying. Price still kept increasing. It went against the odds. Now, right here, there was an increase of money flow into the green. Okay, so this was an opportunity to possibly see this. Most of you don't have these type of indicators. You can't see anything other than maybe like an RSI or stochastic RSI, or if you're watching your EMAs. And that's another thing, okay? Another thing I want you guys to understand, and you do need to understand that all of this action in here, we were up, we were below all of the significant EMAs, okay, on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly time frames. Okay, nothing screamed out of the ordinary. Okay, even the RSI right here, right? A significant overextended RSI like this normally means you're going to come back to the downside. Just like when we were overextended here, okay? It still kept pumping for a little bit, but then fell down to the downside. Again here, overextended RSI came down. Now, of course I have people telling me, well, they're going to unfollow me because, my mountain-based theory hasn't happened yet. Uh, Did I tell you it was going to happen on the weekend of July 25th? I did not. What I told you guys is that if we continue to break down, and we did break this last line of support and entered the secondary marks down zone, I said, then look for a retest of the base of the mountain. That is what I told you. Hi, John, how are you? But never at any point in any of my videos did I tell you that the weekend of July 25th, we were going to the base of the mountain. I sure did not. What I did tell you is to look out for where we would come up and retest this macro downtrend, and if we broke it, we'd move up. If we got denied, we'd come back and retest one of these three levels. So if you want to be a Karen who's looking for your McLaren and you're mad because you missed out on this trade, well, if you've been watching this channel and I told you that if it broke above the Keltner, that we would go up. That if it got denied at the top of the Keltner, we'd come down and retest. That if we came up and retested this macro downtrend, we would go up if we broke it. If we got denied, we'd come down and test one of these three levels. If we broke this final region of support here, we would come down into secondary markdown zone and potentially retest the bottom of the mountain. Never did I tell you that we were doing that this past weekend at all. And there were some people who just on Binance, price went up to 48K, and there are several people who've confirmed that that actually happened. So um, I mean, imagine being in your short and your liquidation is 42, 44, 46. Price wicks up to 48, takes you out, but on no other exchange did it go past 40,500. So it's th- This is something that nobody could have prepared for. I want to make that very clear. This is something nobody could have prepared for. Okay, even some of your top analysts are still trying to make sense of this. And what it has done is literally reset all of our data. There was nothing on the fear and greed index to see it. There was nothing on Google Trends to see it. There was nothing in the charts to see it. Okay, when I when I tell you that, and anybody who happened to be online when this was going down, when I tell you that this happened faster than you could react to it, I'm not kidding you. Okay, this was rapid, and if you don't believe me, we can go down and look at the 5 minute time frame. Okay, look at that. So in the matter of 5 minutes, price went from 36,000 all the way up to 39,900. Okay, in 5 minutes, you could have went to sit on the toilet and would have missed it. Okay, if you were taking a nap here, you missed it. Right? And if you look at the daily RSI, okay, I want you guys to see something very significant here. I'll zoom in so you can see it, right? Remember when I had that box down here, Pedro and Oscar and John, in the RSI, and I said once we entered that box, I think it's up here on this chart. There it is. What did I tell you guys? I said once we entered this box, that something big would happen with RSI in this window, and that it would happen before what? October 1st. Is that not what I said? If you go back to where RSI currently is, we haven't been this high on the daily since the 15th of April. Okay? Since the 15th of April. Think about that. May, June, July. So I want to make that clear that it took about what, 90 or 110 days or something like that for RSI to finally reach a level from when we were still heavily in the run. Now, yeah, exactly. I said crazy stuff was going to happen. Now, we've seen all sorts of stories come out before, and oh, okay, price goes up $1,000 and goes back down. Uh, nobody saw this happen. The volume wasn't even there for it. Okay? You guys have been watching the volume for days. There was no volume constituting a massive pump like this. Not only that, it ate through every resistance level along the way within seconds. Not a rejection in sight. Okay? It just ate right through it. Now, where we're sitting here, okay, was this our so-called basically like a double top scenario? Okay, right in here, and I'll make a box for you guys. Right in here is a huge zone of resistance. Okay, we'll make this yellow. Okay, this is a major zone of resistance right here. Actually, you know what? Let's change that back to red. I don't like that. Okay, major zone of resistance. We got caught up in it here, got rejected. Okay, we made it back during the outlier, got rejected. We couldn't close inside of it. We touched it here, but got rejected. Okay, now this is on the daily time frame. So, in my honest opinion, we could continue upward and actually try to close inside of it, or we could come back down to retest this trend line for support before going back to the upside. Okay? Or price could just roll over from here to retest it before trying to retest this this macro resistance. We could potentially see a breakdown back inside of the macro downtrend. We don't know yet. Okay? Data's only been building in one direction. We don't know much until we start to build data in the other direction. I just hope that's clear to you guys that in the immediate short term, no one could have saw this coming. In the long term, I made this clear for you with several signs, even down here in the RSI. Okay? Now, what you can do here is go back to the basics that I teach you guys. Okay? Trend. Okay? This would be your red if you were looking for short. We can go down to the hourly, so you'll have more data out of that, and we can adjust it. A lot of times when you make trend lines in higher time frames, it doesn't quite line up with the lower time frame. So you have to go to your lower time frames to make it line up better. Okay, so there you have it. Those who were watching recently know that, and I took it down, but I had a trend line here that was green. And I said, boom, the confirmation here. If you were in a short from back here, was your warning shot fired to get out of that short, and your warning shot fired to get into the long. Okay? Again, this line exists on my other chart, this red line. See? It's right here. And so, again, we've bounced off the line as support. We bounced off the line as support, and then we took off like a bat out of hell. Yeah, I'm ignoring the haters because at the end of the day, you know, I mean, most of your analysts outside of your moon boys did not see this coming. And the reason why I say outside of your moon boys, because your moon boys have been saying, we're going, we're, we're, we're going to the moon. 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 To the moon. To the moon. To the moon. Okay. Now, all right, 100K's back on. Don't believe me? Go watch their channels. Okay. And I already told you guys, I am not a bear and I am not a bull. I'm for the right side. I'm for the people. Whatever helps you guys make money. Right? Now, of course, I was out taking care of stuff. This break in the micro trend was the opportunity to have a nice short, right? As soon as trend broke, you could have gotten in around 39.2, 39.1, rode it down about $2,000 and kind of exited when you seen it slow down. What we could see is we could see it attempt to test this trend line. If it bounces, look for this area right here because of all this confluence to be the area it retests first, okay? If it continues higher than that, then this is the area it will retest. If it doesn't make it there, then it'll try to attempt to come back down and find support off of this line again before returning up to retest this area. right? It's built some local confluence. Does that make sense to everybody? Right? Another something else I teach you on this channel is finding micro trends inside of macro movements. Okay? So this would be your micro level to go short. Okay? That would be an immediate short-term short. This would be your long-term signal of going short. Now on the hourly, we are running down pretty fast. I mean, on the hourly, we were heavily extended. Now, what's interesting is we were heavily extended here, and price still kept running up, even though we're extended. We were extended here, and RSI was going down, but price was still going up. Now, when price goes up, but RSI goes down, that's bearish divergence. And over several hours, okay, but nothing happened out of it. Price still kept pumping. Now one has finally set in. Price went higher, RSI went lower, it dumped. So again, this was right. Nothing indicated this. And I mean if my content bugs you because you think I'm supposed to you know be in your back pocket and tell you exactly which price you could go short or go long, um, for one, that is not my responsibility. My responsibility is try to help you. Okay. All right. And we'll actually move this in because these wicks just weren't enough for me. Or actually, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Okay. So there is your macro downtrend line to go short off of. And again, right now we're kind of just hung in open space. We just need some more data. Please, right now, do not blindly run into a trade. I told you guys here at the bottom. People ask me if they should go ahead and open that short. Hey, no. I go back and watch one of my videos. Even right here, okay? I said we have some bullish divergence forming. Let it play out to see if it retests this trend line first. And obviously it played out and just kept on going. So just something to be aware of, guys. What I would do right now is just sit on your hands. Don't go FOMOing into this short. Okay, this is a micro time frame short, and if you were gonna get into it, you had to gotten in, okay, right here. Or if you were just ballsy enough to get in up there, okay, but there was no indication of getting in up here, especially after a massive run up like this and not knowing where it's gonna stop. Okay, so now that it's down here and it's kind of finding some local bottom a little bit, yeah, could it continue pushing down? Yeah, it could. Okay, remember we have a CME gap right around here. Okay, it's a big one right there. So could we see a bounce here first and then an attempt to fill that CME gap? We could. But as of right now, do not blindly go into a trade. Please don't do it. And then come back to this channel saying, well, Mystic Rick, um, you know, I just lost all of my money. Well, I just told you not to blindly go into a trade. Okay? You FOMO into a short right here, price could easily just take off in this other direction. Just like people who FOMO'd in right here, they're like, oh, it's kissing the top. That's my chance to get in early. And then it took off like a bat out of hell on you. Okay? Or the first sign you got here with red, it's like, oh, here we go. It's returning. And then it just took off like a bat out of hell on you. So, could price keep going? Yes, it could. Could price keep dumping? Yes, it could. But right now, we're sitting in an open space where there is not a significant amount of data, such as crossing a macro trend line that says go short or go long. Okay? There's not enough data on this little downward movement that says go long. Okay? I just want to clarify that for everybody. Okay, it hasn't even stepped out enough yet to draw another trend line to even say, okay, well, when it crosses this, that's the opportunity to go long again. Because right now it's so steep, you don't want to trust that, okay? Because it could easily cross it and you're like, okay, it crossed, I'm going to go long, and then it just takes a shit on you. All right? So please don't do it. I mean, look at this. It's already went up $300 since starting the stream, okay? I just want what's best for you guys, and I hope you all understand that. I know I've had a rough past couple days, and I haven't been able to you know do as much filming as I needed to, but I have some um, obligations to take care of, and of course, um, my real life is more important than my computer life. Now here again on the hourly. You can also see the red dot down here on the waves. That is what's playing out. Now, it doesn't always mean that the red dots will play out. I mean, there's red dot here, kept pumping. Red dot here, kept pumping. Red dot here, that connected, kept pumping. Okay. So just be mindful, all right, that right now RSI on the hourly is sitting in open space. RSI on the daily is still going north. Okay, where is it gonna stop? We don't know, but I'd wait for more data before you do anything crazy. Okay, now what we can see here is if you zoom in on the daily, and this is of course on some charts are going to be different, right? Right now, Bybit has I don't know, or not Bybit, Binance had a wick that came way up here. All right. Does that even make sense? How do you have a wick on your platform that goes $8,000 higher than any other platform? Sounds sketch to me. Now, if you zoom in and you draw this line out, okay, we still haven't hit the price target that was as high as the outlier from June. Now, are we on our step ladder? Yeah, we are. But we still haven't hit the price target that was as high as June, which it hit 41.3. Okay, the day before that it hit 41 even. So 41 even, 41.3, 40,005, 39.5, 38.8, and then just kept declining. And then found resistance, decline, resistance, decline. Couldn't even reach it, found support. Okay. And this time it found support in open space, right? It didn't even reach a significant support line. It found support in open space. So I just want to make that clear for everybody. This is just this action was very, very, very weird. Now it's taking more of a step ladder pattern up versus a staggered pattern. Okay, this action here, we only lasted above the macro downtrend for um, uh, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and then the um, the fifth day we closed below it. Okay, we closed at 36.7. So we made it up. 1 day close above it, 2 days, 3 days, 4 day close above it, fifth day close below it and broke back down. Could we see the same thing here? Okay, we've already attempted to reach this line. We got denied. Could it still continue to step up and then come back down? Yes, it could. Okay, I can tell you right now, there's no sign saying it's coming down right the next wick. Okay, if we had another red daily wick, look for it to possibly be something like this, where it came down and found support before going back up. So it could be a wick that comes down, finds support, and then goes back up a little bit. So you just have to watch that and um, and kind of see what happens. Now, if you actually draw this out, um, let me see if the 4 hourly would show it. Okay, here it is, right? Oh, let's erase that. So if you had your lines, okay. Let me see here if I can move this because it should be steeper than that. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say it should be steeper than that. And we change that to our red. And we go back to the daily. Okay. We did not, this was the opportunity to get in and enjoy all of this juiciness from the downtrend. Okay. Again, these trend lines help. They help. Now, if you're a scalper, they don't really help as much. Okay. And some of the best of us, it doesn't matter if it's BitBoy, Da Vinci, MM Crypto, Ryan Matta, Wendy O, it doesn't matter. At some point, all of us have broken our rules. Okay, and it doesn't turn out well for you when you break your rules. But I don't want you guys to break your rules. I want you guys to have the best opportunities. And that's why I make these lines for you. Because obviously here, if you would have gotten in a short, rode it down, okay, enjoyed the juicy profits. The first time it confirmed above your trend line, that was the opportunity to get out and enjoy all the juicy profits you made without being in the red. Then this right here, okay, it was just nothing there. This was just, all of this was just a nothing burger, okay? So the next opportunity was the line I drew um, for you guys. Um, I started it here, okay? That was your, oops, the heck? That was your opportunity, if you did get in a short here, to ride it down, and then as soon as it crossed your trend line, to exit the trade and enjoy all of this juiciness from your trade. Now, here we are again. What are we doing right now? We are riding on another line. So, what does that mean? Okay, and you could step that out if you want to. I always tell you guys, if If you start to get some sideways action, you can step out your trend line a little bit. I think we'll be closing just above the 48K CME gap on the daily first. We possibly could. We possibly could. Well, apparently it reached it on Binance. So here's your next trend line. That is your opportunity to ride the wave on a short. Okay. Now I'm making this for you because this, ladies and gents, is your warning shot fired. Just like Crypto Kirby says. Okay. This is your warning shot fired. So now that I've drawn that out for you, please don't be the Karen looking for the McLaren that comes to my channel trying to blame me because you don't have your McLaren yet. I would like a McLaren too. But until further notice, I'm going to follow my rules. And my rules say that, okay, Rick, you have missed that short, so don't go FOMOing into one. We are in a void zone right now. Okay, we're in a void zone. Unless you got in here, don't try to, unless you got in here, don't try to hop in a short here. We're in a void zone. Okay, the void zone will get you jacked up. Because as soon as you go hopping in here, oops, what did I say a while ago? Okay, I said if you hop in here and then it does this on you and you ran a tight stop loss, guess what happens? Wicked out. Okay, you get wicked out. So stay away from the void zone. Well, again, Juan, I mean, look at what I just said. You know, look, here, here is where the last outlier reached. Okay, we got as high as 41,338. We haven't even reached that yet, and I see this all the time. Okay, price got here and bounced, and people were saying, "Oh, see, we're going back up, and you were wrong." And then price came right back down below where I said this was not the bottom. Okay, when I said this wasn't the bottom. If you go check out my Facebook, ever since we had this right here, I said Bitcoin was not done bleeding. I said it here on a post. 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 Okay? I said Bitcoin wasn't done bleeding. What happened? Dump, 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 dump. I mean, do I have to be any more clear? Like Kirby said for the Moon Boys in the back. So on this channel, um, this is, I'm not going to try to pull up some um, new bull or stock to flow or no. We're going to learn the right way and we're going to learn by trends. Okay? We're going to learn by trends because trends are the easiest way for especially beginners to understand what's going on. Okay, price broke below a macro trend line. It's going to go down a little bit. Price broke above a macro trend line. It's probably going to go up a little bit. Okay, what divergences look like when RSI is under or overextended. So I just want you guys to just know that I love you all and I want positivity on this channel. Please do not disrespect me. Do not disrespect others in this channel. We can always agree to disagree, okay? I love a great debate, but a debate doesn't mean disrespect. And so people that have come in on this channel trying to trash my theory when there is zero evidence to refute my theory, that to me is not acceptable. Now, if you want to say, hey, I don't think your theory is going to happen, cool, that's fine and dandy. But to tell me that you're going to unsubscribe from my channel because it hasn't happened yet, well, I don't wish any ill on you. Thank you for coming and tuning into the content that you did see, right? Be on your merry way. I'll try to lead the rest of my people on this channel the best I can. Um, but that's all I really have for you guys today. Please take note. You can look at these trend lines here, okay? And at any point, you can go back in the video, take a screenshot, what have you, and kind of replicate them on your screen. Um, and just like I was telling you in the other videos, when I draw trend lines, yes, sometimes I do take them off. I try to leave most of them on, such as the macro trend levels. Um, but you can always go back in the videos and snapshot those trend lines so that you can maybe replicate them if I happen to delete them for a future video. And definitely don't miss out. I'm going to be doing either a live long or a live short soon. That will be sponsored by Prime XBT. Again, you get a 50% deposit bonus to use for your leverage trading if you sign up in my link down in the description below. Please make sure to use a VPN. I like to use Proton VPN. They do have some free options on there for you, and make sure that you use the VPN before signing up for your account, okay? And then after you enter my code, which is CryptoPix, then you will make your deposit, and then you will get your 50% deposit bonus. So if you put in $1,000, you get 500. If you put in 10,000, you'll get 5,000. So this is a limited opportunity for you guys. So please make sure to turn on those VPNs. Go get signed up in that link below. After you create your account, enter the promo code CryptoPix, and I'll put that code here in the live video. Yeah, Pedro. I mean, if you've made any errors, right, it's okay. No, I don't care. The best traders in the world still lose trades. It's how they come back from it. Okay? So your bad decisions are not what's going to define you. It's what you do to come back from it. Just a little life lesson for everybody. Don't beat yourself up over the bad decision you made. Work yourself up to come back from it. That's the best advice I can give you. And obviously that's not financial advice, but a little bit of life advice. And um, and there's times I've had people, hey man, I got emotional with it. I ignored your trend line, and had I followed the trend line, this is how much I would have made, or at least my trade would have been successful. Okay, I lose trades too. I lose trades too. Right now, out of my last 20 trades, I am 16 for 20. Okay, but I'm not going to beat myself up because I lost 4 out of my last 20 trades. So that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to share my content. If you have any questions for me, make sure to leave them in the regular section comments of the video, not in the live comments, because I won't be able to see them. And I love you all. Be safe in your travels. If you're in any of these countries right now that have their protests going on, please be safe, make smart decisions, and always put your logic before your emotions. So I really appreciate you all, and please don't forget, I will have a live trade coming within the next week or so, right? I want to have a good opening, right? I'm not gonna go do a live trade in open space, right? Not in the void space, okay, and get wrecked on live. All right. So, and that will be sponsored by Prime XBT. And for those who are asking about Anarchy, the game is live today. Make sure you read up on how to join a team. I believe you have to stake your liquidity pool token, so you have to own some Anarchy along with Ethereum. Then you can join a team and you can play. Star Atlas is still in the works, but you can buy the meta posters. The ones that did not get bought before they locked the sale um, is now over. You have to get them from a DEX marketplace. Okay, so I just want that to be known. And this, oh my goodness, this one's probably so expensive. So this is your um, the bonus level card. You have to have all of the other um, posters in order to purchase it, and it's got to be very very expensive. So that's all I have for you guys today. Koopa, the first phase ended on Koopa. Okay, so now it's down to phase two, which started today. There's only going to be 750 million coup available. The sale is going to last till next Monday, but the price is now 0.00025 instead of 0.00020. All right, so I just want you guys to keep that in mind. And of course, Ethermon is up and going as well. I have been playing it, so it's a pretty interesting game. So that's all I got. Be safe and go get those gains.